This is Christina with Medieval Romance. Welcome back to my channel. I have another tutorial for y'all today, and it is first I'll show you how I made the little faux leather tassel, and I think there are several other videos on YouTube probably making these. I know I saw one from a couple of years ago on the little faux leather tassels, I think from the Potomac Bead Company, and it wasn't just an exclusive on this. They were just giving different examples of tassels that you could make. I have set myself up a little differently today, so I'm hoping that the video lighting will be better and you'll be able to see me better. But because it is new, I may have to stop several times and just figure out where I'm at, if I'm in frame or not. Hopefully I will be. I chose to do this video because this is going to be, it should be a pretty short, quick little tutorial. My baby's taking a nap, and so anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so you're going to need some faux leather or ultra suede, any of that kind of material, and then you will need some wire. And I'm using 22 gauge. If I had 24 gauge, I might use that to wrap the crystal around. But I think I pull it up through this and make the loop. I think I wouldn't go any smaller than a 22 gauge, definitely. Okay, anywho, these are just a couple examples of different ways that you can use these. Here I have done one of my beaded caps on, which I have another tutorial on the beaded caps on my channel, and I thought it'd be interesting to see how it looked on the tassel. I really want to do this again, but I've got some 4mm tiger's eye, and I want to do it with tiger's eye, so I still have got the gemstones with the leather. I like the gemstones and leather combos. So sorry, I'm checking to see them in frame. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. We're going to be making one. I've already got my brown faux leather cut up over here. But we're going to be making one that's brown. I'm going to use these same crystals, but I think I'm going to try to do it more with the little dangle crystal style. I really liked how this pair turned out. I may end up keeping this pair for myself because I really like the little wrapped crystals hanging off of there. So let me move all this stuff over here out of the way. I've got, you will need a glue gun. I have got my glue gun plugged in, and it is warming up. You could probably use a fabric glue or like E6000 probably. The only thing that I will tell you is that when we've got this rolled up, I bring my wire up through the center to be able to make my hoop at the top. And I did have a little trouble getting through the center, so I'm going to try a different little trick. I'm going to try to leave the very center without any glue and start the glue a little further over so that I can for sure have a space to come up in the center of the tassel. But other than that, that would be the only thing I'd watch out for. Okay, so I cut a 2 inches wide by 4 inches long strip, and then I just went and eyeballed it and cut it and left probably a 1/4 of an inch from the top where I'm going to be gluing it. You can make it as long, as wide, as fat, short, chunky, however you want to do it. The other ones I made were a little shorter than this, but I made a longer piece, so it made a fatter tassel. And then I made some that were longer, and I wish I would have made them they were longer this way, but widthwise they were good. I wish they would have been fuller, so I should have cut the strip longer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to make sure, okay, I'm good. I think this new setup is going to work as long as I get used to it. Don't make fun of my glue gun. It is a mess. I am a crafter, and glue guns, I'm pulling purple feathers off of it as we speak. And I'm just going to take and smear. Like I said, I left a little bit at the beginning, and I'm not putting a lot on here. I just want enough that it's going to hold that intact as I roll it up and keep it together so it doesn't unroll once I form my earring. Okay, and I'm going to flip around here and try not to burn myself. I should have done this going this way. And I'm just going to carefully start rolling it in. And once I get to the end, I will add another little dab of glue, or I had to on all the other ones because I didn't put very much on there. I did a very thin smearing of the hot glue. And like I said, you don't have to use hot glue. I did here. It's already dried up on me there, or cooled. My glue gun might not have been hot enough, which we're going to have the majority of this covered up with our wire. If you get too much, I just took the other day, I had some gobs of it, and I took just a little piece of cardboard, a little piece of paper, and just scraped that off so it wasn't there. But I'll tell you something else that I did. I had a little bit of glue that was showing at the top, and after my earring was done, I took a black permanent marker and just colored over it, just to make it look nicer. It wasn't a whole lot of glue, but it was enough that it was bothering me. Okay, so there's the first little tassel. Now we're going to do this one, and I am going to lay it the correct way. Oh, by the way, I made this morning, and this is bronze pony. If you're an avid beader or crafter, I'm sure you've seen bronze pony. I absolutely love her. I know I've mentioned her on my channel because she's like my favorite, and this ended up looking very Christmassy. That was not my intention, but I needed a 3mm round bead or bicone. The fire polish wouldn't work in this pattern, unfortunately, and so I didn't have any other 3mm that would fit in here, and I've got some in my cart right now on dollar beads, so I'll probably make me another one or two because I really like the way it looks. I would have rather had some green beads in the center as well, make it look kind of Celtic-y. I used like a pewter. So anyway, I'm sure someone was going to notice that it was a bronze pony ring. I kind of took a break from my stuff this morning because I really wanted to make me one of those rings. And I was waiting on stuff to come in the mail. I did end up getting my little keychains, keychain clip things sooner than what I thought I would. And so I should be able to make that video for y'all tomorrow or Thursday on the Boho, my Boho Gypsy lace and ribbon tassels. And you'll use a lot of this same stuff. Like you'll need your wire and maybe some crystals and stuff for it tomorrow too. So it'll work out. It'll go good sequence there. Okay, I'm going to make sure they're about the same fatness. This one feels a little stiffer, but I think this one does. This one feels softer. I think it'll be okay. Okay, see what I'm talking about? That glue there. Now, it's going to bug me, even though you're not going to see it because of the wire we're going to wrap around. So, yeah, I'm just going to color over it with a little bit of marker. I'm not getting any on the leather. And it just helps it so it doesn't stand out if it was to accidentally show a little bit. Yeah, so a little trick there. Okay, now we have both of our tassels here. And I'm going to get my 22 gauge wire, and I'm using like antique bronze color. And I'm going to get a good length. Let's see, I think I've probably got, let me get over here if I can get to my measuring board here. I've got about 16 inches, and I've not got this like a precise measurement on this. I may end up having quite a bit to spare, so we'll see. Hopefully not. I guess it just depends on how much you want to wrap around here. Then what I do is I flip my tassel over. Trying to make sure I'm still in frame here. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm sliding out of my chair. Oh my goodness. So I flip my tassel over and I open these sections up and I kind of try to find the center and work my way up. And there it is. Okay, since I did leave this quite a bit more open here, I might go in and just try to add a little dab of hot glue in the center. And position my wire. Just make sure you've got enough wire up here. Now you could also put a large bead cap on here. That would look pretty too. But it will just be mindful of how long you're leaving this section here when you're making your tassel. Because if you're going to put the bead cap on there, you're not going to, on this one, it would not work. I wouldn't have very much room to wrap my crystal and stuff on here. So then I just fold this over here, and I'm going to do a double hoop, just so it's a little bit stronger. And my excess, I'm going to wrap around here, probably about 3 times. And I'm going to clip it off. So, sorry if I'm off frame here. I'm trying to get this adjusted. Okay, and now I'm going to clip. Oh, my wire's coming straight at the camera. There we go. And then just tighten that around there. Now on this, I really like the organic, natural feel of this. If, like I said, if this is going to bother you up here, do the beaded cap where it covers this whole top up. Do a metal bead cap on it. You know, there's a lot of different options for this up here. This does not bother me. I feel like it looks very boho chic when it gets done. And yeah, so like I said, it has the aesthetic that I am going for. All right, now I am going to find where I've got this cut up a little bit further, which looks like on this side I've got one cut up a little bit further. I was going to tell y'all to be more precise when you are doing your tassels, use a rotary cutter. I did not have one. Everyone in my family, well, my mom, her sisters, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, all on my mom's side though, they are all quilters. And so I'm telling you, a rotary cutter would have been the way to go. Okay, so I've pushed this wire up here. And now I'm just going to start. I'm going to pick a spot about midway where I'm going to start wrapping this wire around. I am squishing it pretty tight on the tassel. You don't have to, especially if you use a lot of hot glue. You should have quite a bit of form there. Mine are kind of soft, so I am squishing it kind of tight, at least up at the top until I get going here. Now, I am going to, after I've got it wrapped around here a couple times, I'm going to pick a spot on here where I'm pretty sure I want this to be in the front of my tassel. And maybe, let's see. Yeah, this is fine. Which is actually where I've got this wire coming up in the middle. That does not bother me. I am going to bring the wire about right here. And I'm going to make a loop on this. And that is going to give us a spot like this where we can hang our wire wrapped crystal once we have it made. After we've got this done, we'll be able to get this wire wrapped on here. Actually, I should have wire wrapped my crystal first. That's probably what I'm fixing to have to stop and do. Because it needs to be slid on here before we get going any further. So otherwise, you can use a an O-ring. I'm not going to. I'm going to stop right there, but you can see I've got a little hoop here formed where I can hang my crystal, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pick out my crystals that I'm going to wire wrap. And I try to, I don't know if y'all can see me, I'm going to try to match them. I've got another strand over here I can cut open. But if I can get 2 chunky ones, then that's what I am going to look for. Give me one moment, excuse me. Okay. Sorry, my children were at the door knocking. Absolutely. Not my baby. My baby, he's still in bed, thank goodness, asleep. Unless they have woken him up. Alright, so I didn't really want to do a chunky one, but I guess, do I want to open this other strand? I'll go ahead and do these 2 chunky ones here. They're not going to match. You can get them close, but they're natural gemstones. They're not going to be the same. So, it's okay. I just try to get them kind of close in size. And I've been trying to use up any leftover gemstones that I have. Because I've got so many. I'll buy some strands of crystal and make a necklace with them. And then I've got a whole bunch left over and not enough to do another big crystal statement piece. Okay, I'm going to get me a, this is probably about 6 inches of wire here. And I'm just going to organically, messily, wire wrap this. It'll look very natural. I'm going to leave enough here on the top to make my loop with, and then this longer strand that I've left here, I'll start wrapping around the crystal. I'm going to do so just to get it out of my way for a moment while I make my hoop here. And on this I am just doing one little loop, and then the leftover I will just wrap it around. That top part there. Sorry, I got to concentrating. Okay, so once you've got your little spot, your bell, I guess, made, then I'm going to probably cut too much wire, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. And like I said, I do not expect these crystals to match. They are natural gemstones. I'm not going to be able to wrap them both the same way, and that's fine with me. That's not what I'm going for in this piece. I'm going for natural, a very natural, earthy aesthetic. So, but when you do your piece, you do you do what you're going for with your piece. Now, when I did my beaded cap, that's completely different. Obviously, it's a different style, different aesthetic, and I want them to match, and I want them to be very, as close to perfect as I can get it. Okay, and I'm going to use this side right here. Really, really like that. So I'm going to get that slid down here. I'm going to slide on there backwards. And if it doesn't turn exactly right, that's the good thing about using wire. Very easily twist it. Oh, my goodness, my wire stuck in my fabric here. And there we go. Look at that. Isn't that blue green? Isn't that gorgeous with that brown? I just love this color. Okay, so now I'm going to continue wrapping until I'm happy with the wrapping around this tassel. And then I will end it somewhere. I'm not getting too close to the top of this tassel because it's not real stable up there, because I didn't use a lot of the hot glue. So that's another thing just to be mindful of. If you get up there too high to the top, and you haven't used enough hot glue to kind of stiffen it up there, it's gonna make it kind of bow in. And I'm gonna trim that off just a little bit around there where I see that it is doing that. Okay, and I ended my wire right here. I don't like where it's at, but I've already curved it around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to it about where I'm going to pull it back out and cut it so that it stays nice and close down there. And then I have a little gnat flying around my lamp. It's because I've got 2 lamps pointed over here at me, trying to get enough light for this video. Are you serious? It is after my computer. I'll be right back with y'all. Okay, I think I have unpaused it and paused it, I'm not sure. And we will see. Okay. Flip that off there. And then I'm just going to squeeze that down here. Oh, I'm out of frame. Sorry, guys. And I'm trying to be careful not to scratch the wire up any. I do have this pair of pliers over here that will help. And yeah, so there's your finished earring. Y'all go work on the next one, and I'll meet you back here, and we'll put on our earring wires if I can get my computer to pause. Okay, so here it is. This is the finished product. I'm fixing to turn this little lamp off because absolutely there's, like I said, a little gnat just will not stay away because of that lamp there. It's my kid's lamp, so there's no telling there might be something sticky on it. But here it is, the finished earrings. Very boho chic. I love the way these turned out. These will actually probably be my pair. Because after I made that black pair with the little crystals yesterday, let's see if I can turn y'all around to the light just a little bit more. Okay, yeah. All right, so if you like this video, please hit like and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel for new stuff to come, and follow me on Facebook, and hopefully I will have that tutorial on the boho gypsy tassels this week. All right, bye.